All righty, and we are live, sort of.
Live on recorded.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, Utah has been forever.
I know. But you know what? Welcome everybody. Thank you so much again for your time. And we value you watching us and we hope to give you value. So we're hoping to always over deliver. Under promise and over deliver. That's the way I like to function.
Okay. All right.
So let's do this, man.
All right. So today's topic, listening to the universe.
Um,
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, Utah, that's a deep one. That
So
really is
you
a deep one.
do you, do you want to kick it off?
Okay. Well, can I start with my problem and then you help me fix?
Let Let's go as we do.
Okay. I'm having an issue right now with people in traffic today. Once again, and I thought that I had mastered it, but that was not the case. Like today, it's been quite, to the point where I'm almost physical, Utah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So,
Oh, yes.
so
That was
have you
just today. Okay,
have you traced your steps backwards to see where
I did.
you did? So, did you see where it came from?
Today, I did not center myself this morning at all. I was off. I got up a little bit later than usual, and I
Hmm.
immediately got to running.
So,
Running full force. Like, and again, this is probably the after the third person that I cursed out,
hmm.
and then the last one, which was just happened about 45 minutes ago. She was coming up the wrong aisle in the parking
Hmm.
lot, and I'm going down, and that's the one that almost got physical.
So when you cursed out,
Yes.
you were sending the negativity out to come back to you, right? And I'm at this stage of my life now. I was talking about it to Rena yesterday. We went out
Mhm.
and we were driving, and there was a stupid guy again, as always. So before it'll be like all kind of malicious, kind of, how can I say it? It's like an acidic tongue kind of thing when somebody does it. But now, do you know what happens now? What I do is say, I bless you. I
Mm.
send you love. I
Oh.
send you healing. I send you guidance because you need it. And I love you.
Yeah.
It's just you're going through what you're going through, but it takes practice. It
Yeah.
really does take practice. And again, the bit where you went wrong is where your day started off wrong. You didn't decide to flip it over. You decided to carry on that vibration.
And I did. I did.
So by going on that vibration, it's like, think of it this way: you've got two lanes. You've got the lanes of positivity and you've got the lanes of negativity. The lanes of negativity are the ones that are the guys that get up in the morning. The first thing they do, they bang their big toe against the bed. They get up, then they'll go there. They've run out of toothpaste. Then it's going to be one after the other. But the lane of positivity will be okay. It is what it is. I, I'm late. I can't do anything about it.
Mhm.
But let's make this a positive day. Let's ride it now. So what's happen's happened. Everything else is going to work out to plan. And again, it takes practice. We always talk about the muscles,
Yes. I know.
and it's picking up those 20 kg of emotional muscle and just doing that, pumping the weight. But it just takes practice. I mean, as you know, myself recently, I've been on a bit of a downer. Even though no matter how much I practice, I'm a human being.
Mhm.
I'm a human being. But I'm going to flip over now to the whole. This is why we love the conversation.
Yes.
So the message from the universe. I've been getting messages and messages after messages. As you know, what happened to my car.
Mhm.
So, but after everything's happened, I'll always go back and analyze the situation and find the deep root of it. So the deep root of it was I was forcing myself to go out to drive with Uber. Even though I didn't like it, I was forcing myself coming back, moaning all the time.
Mm.
And
Okay.
why wasn't I taking action just stop it? But I was just kept going and kept going, kept going. And throughout, since I've been doing Uber, it's been what, 2 months, 3 months now. I've had issues after issues after issues after issues.
After you stopped or after you started?
No, since I started,
Sorry.
there's been issues after parking tickets and so on and so on.
Oh my.
And it's been messages after messages after messages, but I never took it. It got to the point where the universe just snatched everything away from me. You're not doing it no more. So I had the message, but the other side of the story was 3-4 days prior to me giving back the car after my accident and so on. My daughter was sitting there in the kitchen with me, was saying to me, I was doing the dishes, and she says to me, "Oh, Papa, I don't like you going out because I normally go out in the evenings." So she's seen that difference, that I'm not at home in the evening. So she sat there, closed her eyes, and she doesn't do the praying. She puts both her hands like this, and she said, "Universe, please, 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 I don't want my Papa to work nighttime anymore, and I want my Papa to have his laptop life back, where he works from his laptop."
I didn't know that part.
So 3 days later, that happened.
Wow.
So the universe has been giving messages and messages and messages and messages, but I never, even though I was moaning about it, but I kept going, I kept going, I kept going. Because as you know, I'm not coaching as much.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So again, it was influenced by the finance side of things.
Mm-hmm.
But now I've seen the bigger picture of what's the things that are ahead of me now. So what's happened is I've completely surrendered. I've completely surrendered to where now I'm getting messages like every other place that I'm looking, the messages are coming. Like today, 3 people sent me the same messages of what they found on Instagram. You know, it says today is December the 30th. This is what the universe has got for you, blah, 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 blah. I saw it first thing in the morning, and I had 3 people from 3 different parts of the world that sent it to me saying, and I spoke to one of my friends, and she said to me, "Aren't you getting the message?"
I will say this. I started the positivity conversation, so which are really quick, 10 to 15 minutes. And the very first question that I've been led to ask, and I switch them up, but I've been led to ask, do you believe that suffering is a part of growth? And I remember listening to a couple of different speakers, and I remember them stating that they believe that you have to suffer in order to grow. I don't necessarily believe that. And it's tying back into what you were just speaking about a second ago. Almost every single moment that I'm suffering, it is because I'm typically doing something that I, in my heart of heart, know that I shouldn't be doing. And even with me going through everything that I was doing, again, just 45 minutes ago, Uttam, just 45 minutes ago, wanting to get upset and wanting to get angry and literally just going and going and going. And it was there. And it kept saying, you need to stop, get your life together, even if it's just 10 or 15 minutes, go to the bathroom, you need to stop. And I wasn't listening because there was too much that needed to be done. And so again, like all of the suffering that I've been dealing with, it's been because I wasn't following through what was in my heart.
The suffering that you had, again, let's go back to everything that you've said also. Let's reframe what you spoke about. Let's not call it a suffering.
Okay.
It's lessons that we need to go through in life.
Character building.
It's lessons, because if we look at it as suffering, it will be a suffering. Okay. But we look at it as lessons that we go through. It is necessary for growth, because the universe, who is me and you, who we're cut from the same cloth as the universe, has to have dark, has to have light, has to have rain, has to have shine, has to have sun, has to have moon. So it is.
It's true.
Yeah, it is part of it, because this is why every single person that's made it to whatever they call their top, or what you see the top, or what society calls the top, to wherever they aim to be, and when they've gone up there, they tell you, yes, it was part of it. And you'll find, you speak to Les Brown, he'll talk to you about when he was trying to make it as a speaker. He was living in a squat with his family where they didn't have electricity. But then he was standing on stage telling people to keep being positive.
Yeah.
Okay? Because he knew, like, yeah, I'm in my hearts of hearts, I'm going to make it. But at this moment in time, this is where I'm at. I accept it. And I fully embrace it because this is what I need to be going through in order to get me on the other side. And I've learned that so much. So going back again to listening to the universe, there's a young girl that I'm coaching at this moment. She's a young model, and she's going through, and she's also a dancer. She's a professional dancer, and she dances in clubs. Okay. But she's going through the spiritual change now. She's having the spiritual awakening without her realizing it. So she's having her calling. And to the point now, she's telling me when she's dancing in the club to techno and stuff, she feels like this devilish kind of music and stuff like that. But then she's saying to me, oh, I'm getting all these people, all these promoters wanting me to come and do this, do that, blah, 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 but I don't want to do it. But this is what I wanted to do 2 years ago.
That's what you wanted to do 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So again, now the universe is giving her something else. Now this is a testing time. Because right now, because she's going through a spiritual awakening, and it's something that with the dancing and the modeling, it's all about ego. So I'm going to bring in another aspect to the story now, my own story, which is when I started out wanting to be the speaker, I wanted to be in the top 10 in the world. I wanted to have all these audiences and all ego-based. But then I had my spiritual awakening. After my spiritual awakening, I was getting invited to speak on this, that, and the other stage, where ethically it wasn't right for me anymore since I became awakened. So I stopped going. So I made that decision. So the universe tests you to see how bad you want something. Because they will throw back. The universe will throw back that piece of chocolate in your face. And it's how you are. When you said to yourself that I'm on this strict diet, I'm not going to eat A, B, and C, but you're at home alone, there's nobody watching you, that A, B, and C is in front of you, and you're like, nobody's watching. I'll have a bit of that. Who are you fooling right there and then? Just you and the universe, who were cut from the same cloth. You know, so this is why the universe sends you these things. Another way to look at it as well, you say, oh, I'm ready for this relationship. I'm ready for my ideal man or woman to be like so. What the universe will also do, will send you the absolute opposite of that person who's so easy to get with, will easily sleep with you, will easily just give into all the temptations with you.
Yeah.
And then, are you strong enough to say, no, this is not what I want? I'm waiting for this, and this is how serious I am for this. So the universe will just keep giving it to you.
Let me ask you this then, Uttam, and this may be a selfish question, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Being as a coach and going through your moments or your tests and your trials and your tests and trials, and I'm going to say lessons and character building moments. Do you ever feel embarrassed that you're going through that moment and you yourself are a coach?
Never. Because I accept that I'm a human being.
Gotcha.
I accept that it's part of the journey, it's part of the process, it's part of the growth to fall on your face and get back up again. Because you know what? You know very well, Jimmy, watching my videos and stuff, if I have to get vulnerable, I will get vulnerable because I don't give a fuck.
I know.
Because I know who I am. I've found who I am, and I go within myself daily. I surf inside of my body every day for my meditation. And yeah, I know who I am. You got an issue, go and deal with it. It's not my issue. Because I've dealt with my shit. I've been through my trials and tribulations, and I'm still going through it. But to your question there, I'm very fortunate to have some great people around me that picks me up. I have people from the other side of the world just sending me a message, for example, saying, oh, I took your advice the other day and I went over to Peru and I did what I had to do. My life is completely transformed. And thank you for giving me that push. And you're like, oh, wow, I've done my job. And then you get another person saying the same thing. And then when I need that encouragement, when I need that little springboard to spring myself back up, I've got people. I've called on you.
Yeah.
I've called on you. I know who I can call on.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the person that lifts me up is my number one coach in the whole wide world is Rena. She lifts me up, and it's vice versa. And it's the proper yin yang, because we're never down together. If I'm down, she's up. If I'm up, she's down, and we just build each other up, and that's also a bonus. And
that is a bonus, because that is not the reality for everybody. That is not the reality for everyone.
And also the other thing that helps me as well, like I keep mentioning it, that we're cut from the same cloth as the universe. We are the cosmos, baby. I am the cosmos. You are the cosmos. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And we're fortunate. I mean, regardless of what happens or whatever, I've got a roof over my head. I've got my family with me. I've got food in my fridge. I can eat for God knows how many months with the food that we've got. And, I've got comfortable clothing. I've got a car. I'm blessed.
A lot, yeah.
And the more you appreciate things and the more you appreciate what I've been noticing, like I said to you, like I say, when I see people doing things that I dislike, I don't let it get to me, into my vibration. Instead, I send my vibration to them. And it's hard. It takes getting used to. But then you'll see that, again, I've been talking about angels. I've been really, really in touch with angels recently, with messages and stuff like that. And it's just, each time there's affirmations there in the sense of seeing angel times, angel numbers. Feathers is a daily thing now. Everywhere I'm going, I'm seeing feathers. And it's just, when you get to that level in your spirituality and in your connection with the divinity and the divine, should I say, and it's just, nothing else matters, really. It really, really doesn't matter. And it's just, actually just wow. And that's what I've been doing.
And I know the reason why I asked is, I know for a moment, because the last few days I actually hadn't posted a morning video. And I felt like I was on a bit of a struggle, because in my mind, I'm not going to say anything to you if I don't have anything to say. I don't believe in posting if there's nothing really that's pushing me to say post. And like doing that, then not doing a meditation this morning, for a brief moment, I was almost embarrassed. And I was just like, what the hell? Like, what is going on? And so, again, that was for a really, really brief moment. And in my mind, I'm just like, I know that if you're coaching on the level that you're coaching on, stop hating. If you're coaching on the level that you're coaching on, and I'm speaking to people at the level, again, not the same level, but I'm speaking to people on a level as well, wanting to just encourage them. It's a whole nother issue when the encourager is having a challenging moment or is going through a lesson. And so I'm like, and if it's that easy for you or I to do it, I can only imagine someone else that hasn't had that awakening, someone else that doesn't know how to center themselves, or someone else that doesn't know how to listen to the universe when it's literally telling you what your next move should be. Like that, I can see that being a tough challenge for other people.
It can be for a lot of people, because it's like all they're seeing is darkness.
Yeah.
Because they're still being consumed by the matrix.
Yeah.
And when that happens, that happens to me a lot. And what I do, I'll still post telling people how I feel.
Okay.
Because I'm a human being. Because at the end of the day, I'm just showing, I'm inspirational, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But also I'm a human being, I have off days.
Yeah.
And by you demonstrating that, you're giving people not the hope, giving people permission to know that it is okay not to be okay, you know? Because if you look at a lot of people out there, they're telling you grinding 24/7, go, go, go. No, that's not
No,
like that.
it is not
It's
reality.
it's not. It's not reality at all. So just, I think while you're building your tribe or building your business, building your brand or whatever you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
by being the authentic you will only attract authenticity.
Yeah.
Even though it takes you 5 days, 5 years, 10 years,
Mm.
but you know you're building something authentic. You know you're building something solid. And yeah, it's just a journey. Everyone's at a different pace. There's some people out there. I read a post yesterday. It says, I know people who are in love and can't be together. I know people that are together but are not in love, but they love someone else. I
Mm.
know somebody who's in a job. I
Mm.
know somebody who's trying to get that job. I know something, and so on. And it says, but don't compare, because everyone is going at their pace and everyone's on their journey.
Mm-hmm.
And you will know. You just need to, again, I always say, go within, and you'll get that answer. The answer is always there. Your soul will never misguide you. Your
But now,
soul will always pinpoint you to the right direction.
now, don't you feel it to be more satisfying though, listening and following the direction of the universe?
So say that again, sorry.
I said, don't you find it to be more satisfying listening and following the direction of the universe?
Absolutely, but the universe is your soul.
Yeah.
So everything goes back to that. Your source energy is the universe. So effectively, you're listening to that divinity within you, which is that universe. But yet people are self-destroying it instead of, it's a garden that you have to look after. Think about on the terms of people abusing their bodies. That's why you've got the saying that says your body is a temple.
Mm.
So how would you treat your body if it was the temple? And in fact, it is that
It is.
temple, because everybody is looking externally for God, universe, or whatever you want to call it, infinite intelligence. But effectively, that divinity is within you. That peace is in your heart. And you just have to be open, and just, when you find that, it's just everything else it's just love. That's all it is. It's love.
That love is so powerful. Oh,
It's
yeah.
so powerful. Unconditional love is so powerful. And the best way to learn that is from children and animals.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they are just like my daughter, for example, and you've just told her off, and within seconds she has no anger in her, no grudge or anything, you know, and it's just over,
Yeah.
and just getting on with just playing and so on. And again, people should just take it easy on yourself. You know, life is already portrayed as being hard,
Yeah.
but take it easy on yourself, because what you go through daily, it takes courage, it takes guts, you know, and you are going through it. But nothing lasts forever except forever.
Hmm.
And everything shall pass. You know, the clouds goes. We get snow now and again, that goes. And then we get daffodils coming up very soon. That goes. And then it gets really hot. That goes. And it goes back to that cycle again. Just ride it. Just ride it, because
Hmm.
if there was perfect, it would be boring.
It really would be, actually.
Yeah. I've gone really, really
I love that.
on a deep journey recently. Like on the meditation, I've been doing a lot of self work, and yeah, I just feel so deep spiritually at the moment. I don't know if you can feel it in this
I
video today.
can. I was going to actually have a chat with you after this.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I've been listening to like, and after I spoke to you about different frequency music does different things.
The music?
Music, yeah, like different frequency of it, like different hertz. So I've been listening to 452 hertz, and yeah, it's just been healing myself, healing my
452
body.
hertz?
Yeah,
What is that?
it's just the way the music is played on that frequency, and the frequency goes in your brain on that frequency, and it takes you on that level of frequency in your life as well.
Okay.
And it heals you, it heals your alignment, it heals. I mean, it's some people use it for anxiety. Yeah, I need to send you the links actually, and then just play it in the background, and then it's just so amazing.
Oh, no, you did send that to me once on YouTube, the YouTube video?
I think so. I think so.
Because that wasn't for meditating, I don't think.
No, I'll send it to you. Don't worry.
Okay, yeah.
And then you'll have a look.
Okay.
So yeah, how long have you been on now?
I was gonna say we're down to the last 5. Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Is it paining you to talk to me? I hadn't talked to you ever.
It's not about the painting. It's about being on Zoom, my brother.
I was gonna say we're down to the last 5 minutes.
One of us have to be the responsible one.
Wow. Well, I'm still the young baby, so I'm okay. I should be able to do friends.
Hey, listen, I'm always young at heart. I'm always young at heart, as you know. only 40 years young, so okay. I'm doing all right.
I'm knocking on your door there. But down to the last 5 minutes. If any one bit of advice, certainly now in your calm meditative state, what would you give to be probably one of the best tangible tidbits that a person can do to make sure that they're listening to the universe?
Right. Example quickly I'm going to give. I hate my job. I hate my boss. Mm-hmm. I hate getting up in the morning. Always cursing that job. But still you're in that job. Take your action that you need to take. Then you won't even need to listen to the universe. Yeah, take that action because the universe will force you. The universe will rip that away from you. Come Monday morning and it's not there, you will be saying, I need that job because I need to pay my rent. I need to pay my mortgage. I need to buy food and so on. Mm-hmm. So instead of you, okay, no, we're not where we all want to be right now, but what we have is a blessing. Be grateful for that. And me saying that, I'm being a hypocrite because as I was talking about the Uber, but this is, again, I'm a human being, and this is the advice that I will give on that aspect as well, because I weren't listening, but then I was moaning. Mm-hmm. Stop moaning, then you'll be quiet, and then you will hear the universe. Mm-hmm. But if you keep moaning, you're going to keep the universe quiet, and you're not going to hear it. So shut your mouth and listen to the inner self.
Oh! You're talking to me too. I will say this. Winston and I literally had a conversation last weekend, and there's literally a 6-month plan, like in the works right now. And whatever happens between that time, it's going to have to happen. But I'm with you. I'm one of those people that you're literally telling to shut the hell up right now, quit complaining about it, and do something. And so, quite literally.
And I was saying that to myself too, because I fell foul of it a couple of days, 3-4 days ago. So, the last 2 months even. And again, I'm grateful. I'm learning that lesson. There's a reason for it, an absolute reason.
It always is.
There always is.
Yeah, something I learned recently. Actually, I can't believe I don't remember who the creator of the Jeffersons and Good Times and whatever. I don't know. That's irrelevant. But his whole thing is he doesn't like to say goodbye, so he doesn't sign off. He doesn't do that. He just says, "To be continued." I love it.
Yes, that's quite cool. To be continued next week.
I know, right?
So actually, we will end it this way. We don't know what's coming up next week. The universe will give it to us to give it to you. And on that note, live well with one another, because if we don't, what's the point? Sounding out straight from the heart. And my brother Jimmy L, take care. Love you.
Love you too, man. See ya.